All right, it's looking like we are live right now, and I'm excited to be in front of you right now. Now, this webinar that we are going to go over today is going to help you get more comfortable with adding these high ticket sales into your business. It's also going to help you kind of alleviate all those outside perceptions on what it does take to add these high ticket sales to your business. Now, if you think about it, a lot of the people who are out there right now that are trying to build, businesses, they're trying to do it on very low end items, things that are costing, anywhere from $7 to $25, 29 bucks. And there are benefits to having low end, low ticket price items, right? You want to have something that's going to help people kind of what we would use as a tripwire to get them into the business, to get them comfortable with purchasing and things like that. There's definitely those kinds of prices and products that you want to have out there. But when you add high ticket items to your business, you're doing so much more than what you might give yourself credit for. And it allows you to work a lot less, make a lot more, and deal with people who are interested in making money. Because the mindset behind the person who is going to be able to say to themselves, I have no problem investing in $5,000, $6,000, versus someone who says, oh, well, I need to save $10 to make my decision. Whoever gives me the biggest savings is where I'm going to go, versus who's going to give me the most value. And as you can see, those mindsets are completely different. And so what we want to do is focus on the people who are more active in the business area, where their mindset matches their intention. And they know that, hey, look, you know what? In order to do business, this is the cost of doing business. I've got to go ahead and make investments. I've got to, purchase people's times. I've got to find the mentors. I've got to find the strategies. And all that's going to require some form of capital. So knowing all that, and moving into our webinar for today, I want to cut to a slideshow where we can cut into the strategy, right? The meat and potatoes about everything that we're going to go, so that by the end of this, it'll probably take us about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. At the end of this entire webinar, you're going to know exactly why price has never been the issue. Okay, I'm going to actually demolish and crush everything that you've ever thought about, if that's what you're using as an excuse to say to yourself, okay, well, I've got to keep my prices low. I've got to keep my service price low. Because no one's going to purchase, or the price is, it's going to drive my customers away. That's not the case. That's a myth. Okay, that is a myth. And so I'm going to literally crush that myth today, so that by the end of this webinar, you will know exactly what to price yourself at. You'll know exactly how many hours per week you want to work. You'll know exactly how you can align your quality of life with the projects that you're going to be, taking on in your business, and how to do it all underneath your control, where you're not like a slave to your business. So hopefully that sounds like a bunch of fun for you. And before I get into the slides, just a little bit about me, so you know where I'm coming from, what I've been able to accomplish, and who I'm helping along the way. So if you're new and you've never seen anything from me, any trainings, you've never connected with me on social media, then believe me, what we want to do is we want to just share with you that, hey, I am, a family man. I'm a father of two. I'm a devoted, fiance. I'm a devoted father or husband. And I just wanted to basically take my knowledge in the internet marketing world and create what we have now, which is the Do Whatever It Takes coaching and consulting program. It's also an academy that we built. So we have one-on-one where we work with entrepreneurs and other business owners. And then we also have another side of it where we work with groups of people. Okay, so we've been able to create this basically out of the need for people wanting the right kind of information. We were struggling inside of our internet marketing business for years, and we could not find the right person to help us get out of that stuck mode, right? We just were implanted where we were literally making less than $100 per month, $100 per month. And mind you, I had two kids. Well, actually I had one on at that time, and I had one on the way. And then, we had, basically we were moving from Las Vegas to Texas. So we had to move all the way across the country with a business that was generating less than $100 per month and no mentor in our life. And then we ended up finding something that came across. It was amazing. We ended up taking action on something that, sparked our interest, where there was a gentleman out there who's a mentor of mine that basically gave and lent his hand out and said, hey, look, let's take 15, 20 minutes. Let's hop on a Skype call. Let me see how I can help you. Everything that we went over from that moment forward, it literally shifted the way that I would do business and the way that my life was going to be lived, right? The quality of my life literally increased that day. And I've been wanting to give people that feeling ever since. Now, it's always been a dream of mine to be able to help people and work with people and do all that kind of good stuff. And my big vision, okay, so all the clients that we're working with right now are part of the big vision. And the big vision is to be able to help 1 million kids, okay? Help 1 million kids and teenagers, help them reach spiritual enlightenment and financial independence, financial freedom by the time they're 25 years old. So I'm creating what we would call a facility, a school, a foundation, right, of people. And in order for me to get to 1 million kids, I have to help 50,000 kids per year for 20 years, okay? That's my breakdown. That's what I have to do. So everything that I'm building up to now is going towards that. So that's just a little piece about me, about why I do what I do, why we created the Do Whatever It Takes Academy, why I get up hungry every morning to help you guys build your businesses and your empires. And believe me, it fires me up every single day. And so let's get into what we were going to talk about today, which is the webinar, which is exactly why you're here. The 5 reasons, or the myths on why it is that price is never the issue. Okay, and I'm going to blow that out of the water right now for you. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Hopefully we are sharing right now. Now this is going to be, I got to make sure that we're sharing, and I think we are. Okay, we are screen sharing. Boom skis, boom skis. We got this. Okay, now let's get right into it. So the price myth. It's almost never the price. Okay, so what you're going to get today is clarity on how to overcome the price objection. You're going to really understand, is lowering your price going to bring in more sales? Let's be honest, and you probably know the answer to that already. The ultimate reason why buyers are not buying from you. This is going to blow your mind. And how to get your buyers confident that your product will solve their problems. And finally, when to move your prospects up in packages instead of down, and why that's so important. And we do not want to exhaust our inventory, or our price. We want to exhaust our inventory. I'm going to go into detail about that later on in this webinar, okay, in this training. So why is this important for you to pay attention today, okay? Well, with this kind of information, you can literally, or you can confidently walk up and talk to anybody knowing that your price is never going to be an issue. When price is no longer an issue, you'll make more sales, you're going to create longer retention, you're going to make more referrals. You're going to also uncover the real reasons why your buyers are hesitant to buy, which leads to a much higher LTV, which is just an acronym for lifetime value per customer. And so when you have that lifetime value per customer, you can increase that. The businesses that you're working for, or you're helping, or your own business is going to thrive and last a lot longer. And so you're also going to learn that there are people right now that are willing to pay a premium for a premium service. Think about the country clubs. How is it that golf country clubs can make this happen? How is it that they can happen? Well, it's because people will pay to be exclusive. People will pay for that premium membership. Just the way it is. It's the way we're wired as humans. And when you do all that, you're going to have more ammo in your arsenal when closing people into your business. So why would you want to listen to me? Well, my experience as a business coach and advisor has led me to working with clients in vast industries. I'm constantly learning new ways to grow other people's businesses. I've worked with everyone from baby boomers to newbies, everyone who started out in their 20s and everyone in between, okay? I've been known to have a unique way to get exposure to my clients in every niche, and I've grown my business from absolutely nothing to now being able to live free, being full control of my schedule and my time. So enough about me, let's go ahead and get this started. How do you overcome price objection? This has got to be the #1 killer in sales. If you're in sales right now, which most likely you are watching this webinar, you've got to ask yourself, why is it that this is the problem? Why is it that people are going to say, why is it that so many salesmen don't know how to overcome the price objection? They kind of just get beat over the head by the client, and then next thing you know, they're running back to their sales manager or running back to a mentor or a book or a forum, and they're wondering, well, how did this happen? How did I lose this sale? Well, first, there's a process. There's a science to this. And the science is going to be something like this, where you have to say to them, hey, look, I understand that the price is too high. You have to agree with them. Now, this is something that gets overlooked constantly by sales reps. People who are either in business for themselves, affiliates of another product, or just like a customer on a sales floor. Like if you're going to go and buy like a washer and dryer from somebody, you have so many different people every day that are in sales that are not using the proper structure when people are mentioning price as their #1 objection. So you start off with agreeing with them. #2 is we go in for the close. Okay, so like when somebody has an objection, we don't treat it as an objection, we treat it as a complaint. And so the second part, after we agree with them, is going to say the close. And most, it's going to sound something like this, like for myself, if I was going to get the price objection, which I really don't get the price objection because of the qualifying process that we have in place. And so when you go in for the close, let's say that, you're in the same kind of business that I'm in, and you are doing some kind of consulting or advising or, coaching, and they say, you know what, I love what I see, but it's just the price is too much for me to do today. And you say, okay, I agree with you, sir. The price is pretty high. And then you go into the close. And most of my clients say the same thing at first, but then they see the results and they thank me more for not giving up on them. So when can we lock you in for your first session? You kind of you have the presumptive close, right? We want to be able to presume that we're going to close them, and we're going to use that objection as a complaint. We're just going to walk right over it, because the more justification, the more justifying you give to that, and you say, well, why is it too high for you? Like, why is it too much? I thought that you liked what we were just going over, or I thought that you really came in here for exactly this. That's not the proper way to do it. Of course, there's a million ways to get the close, but if you want to follow science and proven ways to get this person, that prospect, that lead of yours, to go ahead and purchase from you, then you've got to be able to say the close. And there's a million different closes. One of them is, of course, you always want to agree, and then you want to go ahead and mention, hey, look, you know what? My clients say the same thing to me at first, but then they see the results and they thank me more for not giving up on them. So when can we lock you in for your first session? Or I just need your permission to go ahead and send this invoice over, and then we could lock you in for your first session. There's a million different ways, okay? And then number 3 is we want to listen to them. So we've agreed with them, we've said the close, and now if they still have doubt, if they still say, you know what, hey, Brandon, like, I hear you, and it's just not going to happen today, okay? It's just not going to happen today. So we go to them and we say, basically, hey, I understand that the price is too high, sir, but my clients, all my clients say the same thing to me until they end up working with me for a little bit of time, and then they all give me so much more thanks for not giving up on them. So what do you say? I just need your permission to send you this invoice over. And they go, oh, well, you know what? It's just not going to happen today. I just don't have that money. Just can't see myself doing it. Then you can go, man, I hear you, sir. I hear you. So my question is the price too high, or is the price too high for what you're getting? Another way to ask this is, I hear you, sir, and I understand. So what is it about your decision? Is it the price, or is it the product? That's another way you can do it. And when you're going through these questions, you are going to be you're going to be helping them identify the real cause. Because some people are going to say, well, it's the price, it's the price, it's the price. And then you ask them that question, which is, well, is it the price, sir, or is it the product? And now they're going to go, well, actually, you know what? It's the product. I can't see myself, spending, $5,000 on that product. Okay. Now, this is where, as a business owner, you have a couple options. You could either double up on value, or you could exhaust inventory, and you could move them up a price, like how I was saying before. We're going to move them up versus down. This is a great place for us to move up. Now, I'm going to go into that in just a second. So we would say right now something like this will, of course, this will let us know that you have other options. This will, and then it's going to sound like, this is what we're going to say. We'll let them know, like, it sounds like you might actually be interested in X, Y, and Z. Would that be good for you if we added X, Y, and Z to the deal? Would you be getting everything you needed then? Okay, so that is a great way. See how we're just moving them up instead of down. So they're talking about, hey, the price is too high. Okay, well, you know what? I get it. Well, what's missing from this deal? Well, it's just, well, what about this? It sounds like you might be interested in this. What would it do for you if we added this to the deal? Would you then be getting everything you needed? Great close. And then you want to upsell them on the next package, okay, by moving them up rather than down. And when you move them up rather than down, you're going to get them thinking in terms of value. So you never want to lower your price. When you lower your price, you are actually taking away perceived value, and people will start to think that you don't have the right product for them. Okay, they're going to start to think, wow, hold on, this guy, he wants to give me the cheap stuff, right? He wants to give me the cheap stuff. What do you think about that when somebody offers you the cheap versus the expensive? Even if you can't afford what is being offered at the expensive level, you still want to be offered that, right? You still want to be offered that so that you can say no, so that you can have the right to say, hey, look, this isn't really for me right now. But if they don't offer it to you, then what is the thing that they don't, they don't think of you as somebody who can possibly afford that, or they just don't think of somebody that would need that kind of product. So you never want to lower your price. You're going to make yourself work twice as hard. You're going to attract bargain shoppers, which is a headache. And when you lower your price, it makes it difficult to scale up. So price is not the issue. Think about the man that walks into a bakery for his wife's birthday. He hears the cake, okay? Now imagine this, okay? He hears that the cake is going to cost him X amount, and he says, that's just way too much. Now, is he saying that's too much for me as the cake buyer? Or is he saying that's too much for what the cake owner is offering me? There's a big difference. You also have to realize that the cake buyer is probably thinking, do I really like this? Will my wife really like this? Now, if you move him down a product and say, well, you know what? Hey, buddy, let's call him Jim. Hey, Jim, I have a cheaper cake over here for you. He's going to think immediately. He's going to think that you don't care about the celebration. When you move him up a level, however, you get to say, every woman deserves the best. And there's no shortage of money around the world, but there is a shortage of people who have found true love out there. You should be grateful that you can spend your life with someone so special. Now, when would you like this cake delivered? You see what I'm saying? That's completely different than, hey, there's this cheaper cake over here that you might be interested in, versus, you know what? You actually might want to see this, because every woman deserves the best. And there's no shortage of money around the world, but there is a shortage in people who have found true love. Now, you should be grateful that you get to spend your life with someone so special. So let me ask you, sir, when would you like for me to deliver this cake to you? I mean, again, price is still not the issue. So we want to exhaust our inventory, not our price. This is what I was mentioning earlier. We want to exhaust our inventory, not our price, because we're going to lose every time that we do. And then you'll be out of business, because we do not want to move people down. If that happens, what happens is people are going to go, okay, well, hold on, I don't have 500 or I don't have 5,000. And you're going to go, okay, well, what if I gave the, what if I reduced this down to 2,000? Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for 5 that I can get for 2. Yeah, I'm still not interested. They're now bartering with you to see how low they can get you down to go. And now next thing you know, you're going to be offering value upon bonus upon time for something that is now being sold at 1/10 of what it's valued at. And now that person is going to feel like they've gotten one over on you. You're going to end up feeling like you're running ragged, and they're going to now not appreciate what they purchased because there's no value attached to it. I mean, let me be honest. Do you take care of the same price? Like if you had shoes that cost $500, are you going to take care of them the same as you would shoes that cost $10? Probably not, because the value's there. You spent more money, and money means the most to us. So when you can have someone that can exchange money of theirs, their hard-earned money, for something that you have to offer, you now have more of their dedication to make it work. So like we said, price is not the issue. Also, when dealing with buyers, we've got to realize that they must see that they cannot live without it. Once you get them to see that they cannot live without it, you got them every time. If they're completely sold, money is not the issue. So why won't your buyers buy from you? Well, the buyers are thinking these unspoken thoughts, right? They have these unspoken thoughts the moment that they're presented with your offer. Now, this is what they're thinking. This is all of, like, literally all how it all comes down like that is how it all happens in their brain at once. They're thinking, is this the right product for me? Is there a better product out there? Will it solve my problems? What will others think of me? People actually think that. People actually think that. Imagine that people that you don't even know, that don't even know about you or your product, the ones of their friends, right? Those people's friends that actually know who you are and want to purchase you have an influence on whether or not they purchase from you. How crazy is that? So imagine you now have to deal with people, these unspoken thoughts of people who, honestly, if I say to somebody, hey, I just purchased this product from this guy online, am I going to hear from my friends, oh, you got duped again, you got another one of those scams out there, I can't believe you invested, or you just spent, $500 on something that's not even going to help you get a result. Like you get all these people who are going to give them this sense of pressure, right? And we don't want to be ridiculed. We don't want to be ostracized. We want to be accepted, right? We want to be congratulated, encouraged. And if they think that in any moment that the people around them, if they tell or purchase this thing that they're going to get made fun of, that's going to affect their buying decision. They also think things like, will these people really, service me? Do I know enough about this person or product to make a buying decision today? Am I better off with my money than with the product? Or will this be a mistake? Which is the number one thing that they ask themselves. So the next thing we want to do is knowing is half the battle. So when you have the advantage of getting into a meeting with a prospect, knowing that these questions will be already inside of their mind, you can act accordingly. I mean, imagine answering those questions for them before they ever ask them themselves. If you reduce your price, let me ask you this question now. If you reduce your price, have you gotten rid of those questions? No, you still haven't answered those questions, have you? So reducing your price is not the answer. Confident buyers all are going to come from this. And when you can touch on all the topics that are inside their head, without them ever asking you, you're going to build the confidence inside your buyers. Like I mentioned, it's like answering things inside their head. It's like being a psychic. If you can acknowledge all of their skepticisms inside of their head before they ever bring them to surface, you now look like you're not only in tune with them, but you look like you care. And the only way to actually, okay, this is the catch-22. I don't know if it's catch-20. This is like the cycle that has to happen, right? Because in order for you to get that information, you have to care. In order for you to care is the only way you can get that information. So they go hand in hand. It's also going to help you gain the trust that you need. They're going to really start to like think that you're inside their head and they won't be able to have any more objections. And confident buyers will pay more for the right solution. Imagine if you knew for a fact that the person that you were speaking with, you knew for a fact that they were going to help you get to the goal that you wanted. What would you do at that point? Well, I imagine that you would be so confident, or you would be so okay with the fact of you could empty out your bank account. You would go and put your house on the line, give up your cars, give up everything that you have. If you were so confident that the person that was working with you was going to help you reach your goals. So that's your job as a business owner, is to get that prospect, get that buyer to say, okay, well, you know what? I'm so confident that this product is going to work for me the way that you've demonstrated that I will purchase this no matter what the cost, because I can see the return on my investment. I can see the return on my time. I can see the return on everything that I'm putting in right now, okay? And so when you have confident buyers, they will pay more for the right solution. Now we want to talk about objection versus complaint. You've heard me say throughout this entire training so far that treat the objection as a complaint. Treat the objection as a complaint. And this is what I'm talking about. Most salespeople are taught that price is an objection, when really it is just a complaint. Think about how many times you said, this is just way too much. This is just way too much money. And then you still went ahead and bought it anyway. Let's be honest right now. I mean, if you're one of the few people that have really held to your guns and said, you know what, this is just too much money for me, and you didn't purchase anything, you've never done that with anything in your life, then, you know, good for you, right? You're one of the anomalies out there in the world. But the majority, right? The majority of us, we said that plenty of times. You go to buy a car and you say to somebody, I'm going to purchase a car that's $20,000 to $25,000. I don't need anything more than that. Then you get to the car lot and the car guy shows you something that just, oh my God, it melts you, it catches your eye. You get inside, you smell the new car smell, you see you hear the new speakers, you get everything inside there, and they tell you that that's a $35,000 car. Well, you know that that's only really an increase of payment of, say, $70 or $100 a month. Okay, now you start to think, can I really do it? Can I not? I know that's too much. I know that's too much. But you know what? Let me go ahead and buy it anyway. I think I can make it work. That's the exact same thing that a complaint is. Complaint is, or the majority of people who say that price is too much, you know, it's your price. If you lowered your price, I would go ahead and I'd purchase it today. That's not the case. The case is what I'm going to share with you even more. It's not the price, okay? It is not the price, because like we just established, you've said plenty of times in your life that you've gone to see something, you said, you know what, this is way too much, and you bought it anyway. So the price close, okay? So I know this is expensive. So when somebody's in front of you and they say, hey, you know what, this is just too much for me today. You could use this in cars, jewelry, retail. It does not matter what you're selling. Okay, if somebody is going to say that the price is too much, which is going to happen a lot, okay, in a lot of businesses, then you come through with the price close. You know, I know this is expensive, sir, but let's be honest. This isn't the first time you spent more than you'd like to, and it certainly won't be the last. Let's go ahead and get you started today. Or let's go ahead and, I just need your permission to send over this invoice. And you're doing this with a smile, okay? You're doing this with a smile because you're having fun with it. You're saying, hey, look, I know this is expensive, sir, but let's be honest. This is not the first time that you spent more than you'd like to, and it certainly won't be the last. So let's go ahead and get you started today. Now, there are over 100 closes that you'll need to learn to master the art of the close, and this is just one of them. Imagine having this one along with 7 or 8 more just on demand, on Spitfire, where no matter what he says to this, you're going to lead him through to another close. So, I mean, this is a great way for you to see exactly what needs to be done so that you never miss out on a sale. Now, this is something that I go into detail with all my clients. We go into the exact closes that need to be mastered so that when you get on Skype calls, when you get in front of your clients, when you're on the phone with these people, that you know for a fact you're confident enough to say the things that need to be said so that they can really see the value in what you're bringing to the table. Because without you fighting for that close, with you just rolling over and giving up, you're not showing them that you care enough about your product to go that extra mile. So when you are going to go through this, I'm not saying to be pushy. I'm not saying to go ahead and like be forceful and be that tacky kind of salesman. We don't want you to be a douchebag, right? We want you to be firm and confident and have that conviction behind everything that you're doing, that why you're doing it is to better their life. You're not selling them a product to make a commission. You're selling them a product or your service so that you can help increase the quality of their life some way or somehow. So knowing that in the back of your mind, it should get you the energy, should get you the belief behind what you're doing, that, hey, look, I got to give this person another try. So if they say, you know what, hey, I just can't get started right now, Brandon. It's too much for me. Okay, well, you know, what about it? Is it, or what about it? What about the price? Is it, or what about the purchase? Is it the price, or is it the product? There's a lot of P's right there, right? So what is it about the purchase today, sir? Is it the price or the product? And they're going to go and say, well, you know what? It's the price. It's too much for me. Okay, well, the price is, I understand the price can be a little high, sir. So what is it about the price? Is it the initial down payment? Is it the monthly payments? What is it? And he's going to say to you straight up, you know, well, either it's the monthly payments, man. I just don't see myself affording those monthly payments. Okay, well, what if we tacked on 3 months of no payments, okay, to your offer, to where we can get you started for the first 90 days and then let you catch up with your billing on the back end? Or what if we gave it to you for half price for the first 30 days? Would that help you with your decision today? No, there's so many different things that you could do, and you could say, okay, well, what if I gave you the first 3 months for free? What if I gave you the first 30 days for free? What if we let you test out a lower package or a higher package for free, and then we got you at this one for the next, you know, for the remaining of your cycle? So there's a million different ways that you can use this, okay? But to know that when people say price is too much, your price is too high, all they're saying is that they don't see the value compared to what you're asking from them. They want to get an equal return. Actually, they want to get a return on their investment. So if they feel like they're getting, let's say you sell informational products, if they feel like they're getting $5,000 worth of information, then they can go ahead and purchase something for $500. They want to make sure they're getting 10 times the return on their investment, and it's your job as a business owner to demonstrate that for them. So your competitors are not worried about this. So why are you? Every transaction or meeting, there are two people, okay? There's two people, someone selling and someone buying. Most salespeople believe that they are the ones that are doing the selling, and that if they didn't make the sale, no one ever closed the deal. Well, in fact, if you didn't make the sale, that just means that you got sold on the fact that your product was not right for them. As you can see, somebody is always selling, and that just means you got sold, man. You got sold. So don't give in to the other ways of doing business, especially if they're broke. I mean, you might hear this from people all the time. They're going to give you advice, and they're going to go and say, oh, well, don't pressure sell them. Don't do this. Don't do this. And we're not pressure selling. What we're doing is we're having objection handlers. We're basically having a rebuttal to their complaint. And if you have that inside of your arsenal, you're going to be confident and you're going to close more deals. And when you're new and you're growing, it can be easy to get advice that is flat out terrible, but remain confident that your price is justified based on the value that you deliver. So stop listening to those knuckleheads who aren't making the money that you want to make. Now, when you start to mention that you raised your prices or you set your prices at a certain level, you will hear people say, oh, that's just way too much. Oh, that's just way too much. And the one thing I want to encourage you to do, you watching this, now that you can hear the sound of my voice, I'm telling you, listen to me now. If you get one thing out of this entire webinar, it's to let the market tell you what's too much. Let the market tell you what's too much. Don't let these people out there that are discount coaches and discount business people and discount entrepreneurs, all looking to save people money, that are going to say, oh, well, the reason why I'm doing better is because I get to work twice as hard for half the money. No, that just makes you stupid in my book. I don't think that that's necessary. I think that what's necessary is to deliver value and then match the price according to the value that you're delivering. If you know for a fact that you could work with people who are bringing in $100,000 a month, and you can help them generate 5 or 6 or maybe 10 more sales a year, then you can now justify your price at $10,000 a month. because the things that they're selling are, say, $25,000 or $35,000. And if you generate them 10 sales a year, that's $350,000 a year you're making them. If you are charging $10,000 a month, now you're making them three times what they're paying you. That to me is worth it. That's justified. Anybody who's in business is going to see that. So let the market tell you what's too much. Now, my first encounter was that I was scared. Okay, I was really scared. I'm sure just like you're thinking in your head right now, hold on, Brandon, I'm charging right now $50 an hour for my consulting services, or I'm charging $80 an hour for my fitness training or my personal workouts or something like that, right? I'm scared to jump up to 125 bucks an hour, but I know that if I got 125 bucks an hour, I could work with 5 less clients and still make more, maybe $2,500 or $3,500 more a month than what I'm making right now. So I can work less, make more, and I get to still continue to do what I love. But I'm scared to charge that money. Or the thought is I'll lose my clients and nobody will want to work with me because I'm going to be one of those clients, or anything similar to that. And that was actually until I made the move. Okay, so I had my first encounter with this. I was scared. I thought the same thing. That was until I made the move. Now, I mean, if you're not willing to over deliver on value, then you'll have a hard time justifying your price. If you're one of those people who just wants to get by with the minimum kind of effort and, one-on-one or whatever it is that you're producing, whatever it is that you're servicing, you want to get by delivering the minimum, it's going to be a hard time to justify your price. When you do take time to learn new skills and to improve in every way, people look at you as an asset with a premium service, which gives you the authority to charge higher prices. So I jumped in face first. My mentor at the time told me to take my pricing from $497 all the way to $2,500, and he did this without hesitation. I'll be quite honest, the guy actually laughed at me. When we were going through our initial meetings and when I first started working with him, he had told me, what are you pricing your stuff at? And I told him I was thinking about doing it at $497, and he said, don't do it. It's too cheap, too cheap, too cheap. You're giving away too much value. You're giving away way too much value. And then I started getting a couple clients and I started seeing the results that they were getting. I started seeing that, hey, look, the amount of time that I'm putting in to working with these folks is it's a lot of hours. It's a lot of time on my part to make sure that they're getting the results that they need to get. And it's because of the amount of time that I spend in learning new skills and how to communicate those skills and new strategies to people who I'm working with. And so he told me straight up, take my stuff from $497 to $2,500. He did it without hesitation. So me being a good student, I listened. And what do you know? Okay, the very next prospect that I met with was overjoyed to get my product for only $24.95. And ever since then, I've added new skills that make my time even more valuable. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I've now gone to jump from the $497, right, which was monthly, to $24.95 to now $6,000 packages. Okay, so we've gone and increased our price point dramatically. We've literally over 10x'd it in the amount of time that we've been in business. Now, the reason why is because the more that we find out about how to help people, the more value we create. The more value that we create, the more the market will pay us for that value. So it depends on what you're doing for these people that actually gets your price point to raise. So if you want to give yourself a raise, learn a new skill. That's the best part about what we do. And the reason why this works is because money is never the issue when you're talking to the right people. So always move them up a product. More of your buyers' problems will be solved with pricier solutions than lowering the prices. Imagine if somebody has a big problem and you say, okay, look, I'm going to work with you less, I'm going to give you less, but you know what? It fits what you're telling me your budget is. That's a big pile of crap. You know what I mean? Like if people want to make it work, they're going to get the money for it. They're going to get the resources for it. How do I know this? Well, because I've literally dumped out my savings 3 to 4 to 5 times. And those savings includes my wedding savings. So I've literally had to put off marrying my fiance for years because of the fact that I'd always taken that money and said, you know what, we're going to get it back in a business investment. Let's just start building up, building up, building up. And that's why you know that people are always going to, if they see the value in what you're offering, they're going to go out there and they're going to make it happen. Okay. And when you can't close the deal, always move them up in inventory. I mean, what do you have to lose at that point? If they're sitting there telling you no already, if they're already telling you no, then what do you have to lose? You're not going to lose the deal further, right? It's already gone. So move them up and see if you can match what you have with what they need. And this might sound crazy, but it will prove to be successful for you. You might be looking at what I'm saying and going, hold on, Brandon, they just said that I did not have the money for it, and you want me to move them up a product or move them up a level. And yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. You're going to see, and you're gonna see that this will prove to be successful for you. I promise. And this is called closing with inventory. Okay. So the buyer would much rather pay more for the right decision than pay less and make a mistake. Extra for quality, or less for quality. Decision's kind of already made, right? So number one reason why people hesitate, and this is something for you to keep into the mind because you want to speak to this in the beginning of the conversation, okay? So you want to say, hey, have you ever made a mistake like this? Or do you feel like this would be something that would repeat a previous mistake that you ever made? You want to be able to let them know that you're in tune with this, right? Now, also the outcome. So mediocre and average, salespeople, they think that the price is the issue. When moving them up in a product, you actually make the original offer look more valuable, and this allows you to substantiate the original price, okay? So they think that if the price was lower, more people would buy. So that's average, mediocre kind of, salesperson. So we got to understand that when you move them up in a product, let's say that your original offer was for $500 for your product. You then hear them say that $500 is too much money. You are instructed now, according to what you just learned, to say, okay, I agree with you, sir. The price is pretty expensive. And now you can go into one of the many closes, one of them being the inventory close, where you can say, okay, well, it might be sounding like you're actually looking for this X, Y, and Z. Does that sound a little bit more right? Actually, it does. Okay, well, for that package, it's going to be for $997, and that $997 is going to include everything that you want so that you can actually get what you were, looking for the moment that we came in contact. So how's that sound? Now, if he says, well, you know what, $997, man, I just said that $497 was too much. Now you're going to show me $997? I don't understand. You can say, well, what you're looking for, sir, okay? Or you could say, maybe something like, well, for the $497 package, that didn't seem to have what you were looking for, exactly what you needed. Now, would you say that the $997 has everything that you need to help you, achieve X, Y, and Z, whatever their goal is for being with you, right? And it's, well, yeah, it does. Okay, well, wouldn't it be great? And doesn't it make more sense for you to get and leave here with exactly what you need today than paying something for something less and not getting what you need? And they're going to go, well, I mean, yeah, but, and they're going to go into either saying, yeah, you got a point, just go ahead and write it up. Or they're going to say, you know what, I just can't do it. I need to try something else. And that's when you can go into, okay, well, it's the product versus the price. So as you can see that when I moved them from $997, now when we talk about the $497 product again, it substantiated the original price. Now $497 doesn't seem like too high because the $997 has been introduced. So think about that when moving them up. Also, look at their results and then disregard their advice. So if they are brand new salespeople and they're going to sit there and tell you, hey, look, you know what? What you're doing isn't right, okay? This isn't right. You've upped your price, and I don't like seeing people have to go through this kind of stuff. Look at their results. Is that person that's talking to you right now, are they making the money that you want to make? I didn't think so. So I would disregard their advice, and I would say, okay, well, let me give this a try at first. Let me see exactly what the market pays me. Let me see what value I can actually deliver, and then I'll go ahead and take your opinion into consideration. So before we move on, we want to go on to the $4 bottle of water. Remember how I told you at the beginning of this webinar that we were going to be able to blow the whole myth out of the water about why price is not really the case whenever anybody buys anything. Well, this is where we got to. We finally got to this slide. So to wrap this up, I want you to think about the $4 bottle of water. How many times have you bought a $4 bottle of water when you had a drinking fountain that was accessible, right? How about the $6 cup of coffee when you can get weeks worth of coffee and make it at home for that amount of money, couldn't you? As you can see, it's never the price, right? I mean, how many times have you done that? How many times have you looked at the water fountain and go, ugh, that's disgusting. $4, that's disgusting. Well, I'd rather pay $4 than get, Hep C off a water fountain, right? And that's what you want to avoid. And so you're sitting here saying to yourself, okay, well, I'm going to pay the $4 for the premium when I have something free right there. It's the same thing when you're looking at coaches, mentors, high-end ticket items, right? It all comes down to the same thing. Are you willing to pay for the quality? And there are people out there who have ship products that they're trying to attach high-end tickets to. And that kind of stuff just does not fly. It's not going to last long. They're going to make a couple of sales, and then they're going to be out of business. So what we need to do is figure out where our market is, where the value lies within that market, and attach the right product price to each of those markets. Now, each market has its own ceiling. Now, I would like to be at the top part of that ceiling. I would not like to be at the bottom of all that. So with that being said, think about where you want to position yourself at. You want to position yourself at the top, where the premium and where the quality people are. When people say, hey, I want the best of this, and they think of you, then you know what? You got to raise your prices. You got to do it in a way that's not going to get them to be afraid of what you're doing. And you got to do it in a way that's going to help you build yourself and brand yourself and build your legacy. So that's really where we're at right there. So here's what to do next. Now, let's get together for a one-on-one, okay? If you want to learn how to overcome all the objections, how I mentioned that there was over 100 different closes, plus how to price yourself accordingly so you can live the quality of life you desire while operating your business, plus you want to get the 7 elements proven to multiplying any business year in and year out no matter what, then you want to join what we have right now, which is the Do Whatever It Takes Academy. Okay, and why would you want to choose the Do Whatever It Takes Academy? Well, after everything that I've shown you today, if that's something that you would like more information about, that's one reason. But for starters, other products right now sell for $20,000 per month, and they don't even have all the elements to multiply your revenues. They don't have the ATAO method that me and my fiance created, or the premium business model attached to it. Now, second, enrolling in the Do Whatever It Takes Academy and coaching program, that currently sells for $6,000, and that's for 12 weeks of one-on-one and a spot in my next private mansion mastermind. So if you try to do all this on your own, you'd very well spend over $40,000 and a few years of trial and error. So how much is it then to enroll today into the academy? Now, to enroll into my intensive 12-week one-on-one coaching program, get all the funnels and the done-for-you services as well, that's the $6,000 investment, okay? That's what we just mentioned a second ago. However, okay, you can save over $1,000 today by making 2 payments of $24.95. But don't worry, okay? I could feel the stomach getting tense right here, okay? Don't worry, there's no payment today, because the way that I operate is I want to be able to give you results in advance. I want to be able to help you before we ever enroll you into the program. I need to make sure that who you are is somebody that is going to work well with what I offer. And that's the benefit of what I do. That's why I created the business, and that's why I love all my clients, is because I get to pick and choose. And based on, you know, what you're doing right now in business, what your desires are, how your coachability factor, there's a lot of things that I take into place that are going to help me better understand if we are a good match for each other. And the best way that I can qualify my clients and to see if we're a good fit is by getting on that Skype session, which is a one-on-one Skype session. So there's no payments being handled at all. There's no enrollment into the program at all until after you get on a free Skype session with me. So for today only though, okay, when you schedule your session by clicking the button below this video, or wherever it's at right now, wherever you're going to see this video, when you click the button, you can get one huge discount and save over $2,000 by making a one-time payment of $39.95. Now that's going to get you to 12 weeks of my all-intensive training program, my done-for-you services, you know, Facebook training, access to my private mastermind. It's going to get you everything, okay? And like I said, don't worry, because the payment is not taken today. Now, on top of all that, you're going to get my 30-day implementation guarantee. So if at all during our first 30 days together you feel like the results are less than expected, you just say so, and we'll get you either more sessions or refund your entire purchase if you are that persistent with it. What I would love to do is, you know, of course, get you some extra sessions and make up for it in lost time, but hey, it's up to you. No one, by the way, has ever asked for this back, never had to give back any refunds, and I'm just excited to say that being a part of what we have to offer, I have no problem offering this, because I know for a fact that if you implement everything that we're going to teach you, you're going to get amazing results. But should all that happen, you will get to keep all the information that we're sharing to that point, okay? So should you want to still go your separate ways, you will get to keep all the information up to that point, okay? It's all yours. Plus, if you feel like I wasted any of your time, even a second of your time during the complimentary session, I'm going to send you $100 immediately after we meet. That's because I'm confident that I can really deliver on all my promises that I made today. And like I mentioned, this first Skype session, this is going to be completely complimentary, completely free, okay? Free of charge. All you have to do is schedule your session by filling out the qualification form wherever the button is around this webinar, okay? Wherever this video is, you have to find the button, fill out that qualification form, and then we can go ahead and we'll schedule you for your free Skype session, okay? And then if on that Skype session you feel like I completely wasted your time, I'll send you $100 via PayPal immediately after we get off the Skype session, okay? All you have to do is tell me that this was terrible, this was a waste of my time, I can't believe I just spent an hour with you, whatever it is like it, okay? I don't know if you have to be so cruel, but however it is that you want to respond to me after our meeting, believe me. And again, this has never happened. Nobody has ever gotten off of that Skype session and said, this was a completely waste of my time, Brandon. I want my $100. I need to move on with my day, right? No one's ever done that. So believe me, if you want to be the first, feel free. Let's hop on and see how I can help you, right? So worst case scenario is you earn $100 and you get a kick-ass plan to build your business with. Now, I do this because I know if you're serious and you follow through, you will get better results than where you are currently. So I'm going to throw some bonuses in there because if you're watching this right now, that means that you're interested. That means that you're ready to take some action. It means that you are ready for your done-for-you systems, right? Your sales processes, your systems, and you really just want maybe a little bit more. So this is what I'm going to give you right now. Okay? I'm going to give you a little bit of an extreme bonus. Now, there's 3 of these bonuses. Bonus number 1 is normally the adding trainings, okay, that you have access to, the worksheets, the templates, access to me and my team. That's typically $49.97 for that package alone. And that does not include any of the one-on-one time either. So you can imagine how fast this stuff can kind of add up in fees. But all that is yours for free. So the templates, the email swipes, the training videos, access to me and my fiance, who's the CEO of everything of our entire business, right? And the one-on-one time, right, where we meet one-on-one every single week for 1 hour, right, for 45 minutes to 60 minutes every single week to go over new processes, new strategies, go over and hold you accountable for what you did last week, get you to kind of see your business from a 30,000-foot view so that every week, each and every week, you're adding new things to your business that are going to help you grow and expand. Now, all of my resources, okay, this is still bonus number 1, all of my resources you're going to get as well. So I currently invest in $2,000 or more per month to learn new ways to better serve my clients. This is going to seminars, webinars, getting new products, new trainings, going to new mentors, like literally going and learning as much as I can about all that I can, okay? Plus I have software that I've invested into to help make sure that your business runs a lot smoother, and you have access to all that as well. So you can rest assured knowing that I'm always educating myself and knowing not only how to better my business, but how to better grow your business as well. So my investments, they equal your gain 100% of the time. Also, having me in your back pocket, you never have to ask questions like you're lost, ever. So considering that I have a once a student, always a student kind of policy, this is priceless. And what I mean by that is I always stay in touch with every one of my students, every one of my clients. I love the fact that if, say, we've been working together for months, years even, and then at the end of our time working together, you want to come to me and you have a question, or you want to, do something together in business, or we want to, work something out. Believe me, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And that's one thing that makes me completely different than the other, people that are out there. It's a pay me and you don't have my attention kind of deal. And I just work from a different kind of spectrum. I work from a place of saying, hey, you need my attention, you want my attention, let's work something out, right? You've worked with me in the past, I know you're good people, and that's who I want to spend my time with. So it doesn't matter if you're a past client or not, okay? I want to be able to help you. And so even if you're on the quote unquote payroll, it really doesn't really matter about that. What matters is me helping the most people that I can get better and larger results inside their business. So extreme bonus number 2 is access to my private mastermind group on Facebook, valued at $97 per month. But this is yours for free. So it includes access to any of the resources shared within the mastermind, including my perfect avatar exercise. And you can work, and it also allows you to network with amazing entrepreneurs from various industries who are either where you are right now, maybe it's at the beginning parts of your business, in the middle, or maybe you're just developing how to scale up, or where you want to be, so that you can ask questions to gain new ideas that can be applied to your business. Now, extreme bonus number 3. You're going to automatically get invited to the private mastermind that happens 2 times per year in the remote location. Now, an entire weekend, this is going to be 4 full days, okay? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. 4 full days of collaboration and advice from everyone getting results with the do whatever it takes approach. Now, this mastermind is designed to bring massive transformations no matter how much you've sold or how long you've been in business for. These masterminds will literally transform what you do. I've been to a few of them in the past, and they have literally taken my business to new levels every time that I leave one. I actually just got through with one in February, late January, early February of this year, and we have gone to basically triple our best month just from attending that one mastermind alone. So believe me, these things are, they're helpful. We're going to help you not only build out the funnels, hand in hand, but we're going to have so many different ways to get to know each other and help you break out of your comfort zone. We're going to have breakthrough exercises where we're going to have role play and closing strategies. We're going to have, funnel creations. We're going to have, private chefs. We're going to have, all kinds of things that are going to help you feel comfortable, expand your mindset, get more creative, and get all the help that you need during an entire weekend of creation, promotion, and getting to know one another. So why would you want to order today? Well, to be honest, the price is going back up to $6,000 soon. Okay, that should say $6,000. $6,000 soon. So the savings will disappear the next time that I'm offering this, and until the next time I'm offering this again. The bonuses will go back to being sold individually after this offer expires, so you won't have access to all those bonuses bundled up like this. And this offer, when it expires completely, it's gone. And when it's gone, it is gone, okay? So here's the recap. Here's what you're gonna get today, okay? You're gonna get the 12 weeks of the Do Whatever It Takes program. You're gonna be able to enroll in the program and save either the $2,000 by making the 2 payments, or one huge discount by making one-time payment of $5,000. Plus, all options include the 7 elements required to multiply your revenues, plus all the bonuses. You're gonna get the 30-day implementation guarantee, and you're gonna get the $100, basically the sincere gift, okay? If you feel like I wasted even a moment of your time. Okay, and that's how confident I am that I'm gonna deliver on all my promises. So the worst case scenario is you earn $100, you get a kick-ass plan to build your business with. And like I said, I do this because I know if you're serious and you follow through, you'll get better results than where you are currently. So here's the deal. Because of how much spots I can really work with, how many people I can work with, and how I dedicate my time to each of my students and clients, I can only offer a limited number of spots. Now that number is 18 to be exact. And right now, okay, there are only 7 spots available as you're watching this. Now, this is not any fake scarcity. This is the real deal. I only have 18 people that I can work with. So we need to move fast, and we need to get you scheduled as soon as possible so that we can get you enrolled if this is something that's going to help your business grow. This is not an upfront investment on your part either. Want to make that completely clear. Nothing asked from you today except for to fill out the qualification form and schedule your free Skype session. Okay? We will get together before you make your investment and enroll you in the program. And a heads up, okay, all of my potential clients are required to qualify through the form that you're going to see somewhere around this video, okay? The qualification process is required for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's to ensure that the people I work with are a solid fit. Number 2, is so that I can build your trust by delivering on all my stated promises. I know it can be difficult to make a purchase from somebody when you don't really know me from Adam, and that's exactly why I want to build you that map for free during your free session. Okay, so upon completion of your free strategy session, only if you absolutely love the plan created will we enroll you into the package of your choice and schedule your free session or your first session. So who is this for? Well, this is for you if you already are building an email list and you have an email list of 1,000 subscribers in your mailing list, or a website that generates at least 5,000 unique visitors per month. Now, the reason why I do that is because we need to have results fast. And if you have an email list that you're already building, then what we're going to create is going to what we would call a 4-day cash machine that we're going to add into your follow-up sequence. And that 4-day cash machine is going to be there so that you can make sales instantly. And that is going to help recoup some of the costs, or some of the cost of the investment that you're going to make when you decide to enroll in the academy. So this is kind of like a fast way for me to get you results so that you can see what we're doing is working, and we can start focusing on bringing in more and more leads. So another thing is that we have different ways to make your website a lead machine, right? To turn every one of those visitors into what can be a lead. And so if you're not doing that right now, we have some things in place, but we need to have you to have at least one of these. You have to have 1,000 subscribers or 5,000 unique visitors per month. And also, this is for you if you have an advertising budget of at least $1,000 to scale what's working. So you've got to have 1,000 subscribers or 5,000 unique visitors, and you have to have an advertising budget of $1,000. Plus, this is for you if you feel like you want to get clear on your goals and you want a step-by-step strategy to follow that, follow something that's custom to your needs. So you've got to be able to, if you've been thinking in your head, how do I bring all this to life? Okay, you need a step-by-step strategy. You know your end result. You know how you're going to get there. You have your company. You have your product. You have your goal, but you just don't know how to actually formulate, structure it, right? This is going to be for you as well. So this is for you also if you have a transformational product and you need help getting it out to the world. And this is for you if you already have a business in place and you're just actively selling and you're looking to, 10x your revenues. So you have to be actively selling and you must be 100% committed. And that would help you. This is for. So who this is not for, okay? This is not for you, okay? Because this is for people, this is not for some people. It's not for you if you're okay with where your business is at currently. This is not for you if you have no interest in paid advertisement. This is not for you if you're looking for a get-rich-quick type of business model. This is not for you if you do not truly care about helping others. Let's be honest, I appreciate your being here, but this academy, this just isn't for you. So act now, okay? Act now and to receive the bonuses and the special pricing. Like I said, the pricing is going to go back up to $6,000 for the 12-week one-on-one coaching, the entire sales funnel, the dynamic follow-up sequences built for you, which includes Facebook training and so much more. So the savings will disappear until the next time that I feel like offering this special discount again. The bonuses are going to be sold individually, and this offer will expire completely. And when it's gone, I'm telling you folks, it is gone. We need you to act today. So click the button below or wherever it is around this, presentation, and fill out the form, okay? Once you submit that form, it's gonna take you to a calendar where you can schedule the best time that works for you. We're gonna get on a 60 to 90 minute Skype session to make sure we're a good fit for each other. Along with helping you price yourself, I will also map out your entire marketing strategy tailored to your goals and start to create your dynamic follow-up sequence right in front of you and do this for you as well. Then you're gonna have a choice to make. Once we get to the very end of our Skype session, that's when you have your decision. Either deploy the strategies yourself, which does happen sometimes, I'm gonna be honest, okay? Or we deploy them together, which is what usually happens. Either way, whatever your decision, I'm completely honored that you're here, and I love that you've invested your time into learning more about the Price Myth today with me. So click the button below if everything that we've gone over today, learning about how to price yourself so you can work less and make more. Also, all the things that you get inside the academy, the 7 elements, the 12-week coaching, the live implementation in the Mansion Mastermind, all of that, combined with the personal touch. If that's something that you were interested in, then click the button below and fill out the form so that you can be taken to the calendar to schedule the best time that works for you. Okay, so I love you guys for being here. I appreciate you for being here, and I will see you guys on the next presentation. So there we go with that, and now, anybody that's here, go ahead and answer any questions. Feel free to hop on and share exactly how or what it was that you got any value from, and share with me what you guys thought. Okay, so I'm gonna wait a couple minutes, see if I can get some questions up. And if not, then I appreciate you guys for coming. You can feel free to find me at brandonnorthwick.com or find me on Facebook, and we can get you scheduled for your free Skype session that way. The brandonnorthwick.com will lead you to a capture page, to a lead page, right? To a site where you can put in your information, and we can go ahead and find the best time that works for you to schedule your free Skype session. So I'm not seeing too many questions come in. I must have done a great job with answering all those. I appreciate you guys for learning all about the Price Myth, and I look forward to seeing you on the next webinar. Take care.